Alright, this video is to show you how to replace the engine mount on 2017 Fusion. The 13 through 16 will be similar. I believe if I remember right, the 13 through 16 will have a bracket that bolts onto this little stud here, and it goes there. I want to say it runs over that way too, but this is a 17, so they changed this engine design. 1.5 liter. For this one here, you'll need a 18 millimeter socket. I'm using a 1/2 inch. You got a bolt there, two there, one there, one there. Now before you start taking this off, what I do, I took the bottom skid plate off. I got a block of wood to kind of support the engine. I got it where it just holding the engine, maybe just a little bit more pressure to lift up on it. But you want to support the engine with the block of wood and the jack. And once you get that supported, I got it where I'm kind of starting to lift up the car. I don't want to add too much pressure so I don't damage the oil pan on it. But after that, you can go ahead and remove your bolts. Alright, so I got all the bolts off. This one here came off with the stud. That's no problem. I prefer the whole stud coming off. Before I had no things to mess around with, but this one here, I believe I can just slide right on up. On this vehicle here, I got a little wiring harness. I'll go ahead and probably take this off. You just take a door panel tool and just pull up on this. Just gotta wiggle it up just like so. You got a tab here, push that in while pulling down, I believe it is. That goes to the PCM. You'll have a connector here. You want to push in that tab while unplugging it. Therefore, you can just move this out of your way and you can just pull straight on up. Alright, so I got that out of the way. Like I said, you push in that tab, pull downwards on it, unplug that, and there's be a piece right there. You just pull right on up. So that gives me a little bit more room to play with. I'll have to kind of move that out of the way, finagle with it. Alright, here's my old one. Here's the new one. You can see the gap of it. Versus there, I can barely get my finger through. Well, this one here, I can slide pretty much all the way through. And notice too, on this one here, I can squeeze with one hand. This one here, try doing it with one hand, I can't even move that thing on it. So I'm gonna put the new one on. I've seen these, kind of a known problem for these where the bushing just starts going bad and the thing will just start to collapse inwards on it, cause a vibration on idle. So when you're sitting in with the car running on idle, you get a mad vibration. Or I've seen people have a kind of like a little helicopter sound inside when the car is just running but not moving. Alright, so I got the new one just kind of sitting in place. So I'll go ahead and just start these. I noticed too, the engine has shifted a little bit, so you'll have to be careful. Just kind of, I can pull with one hand and get it to line up in the holes and where I need it to be. Alright, I did have to jack up the engine a little bit more, where I can at least slide this back and get this hand started. Don't just take an impact gun and zip it in. Just start it by hand. Make sure you don't cross thread them. Alright, so I got all the bolts nice and tight now. Now you're ready to go ahead and, if you disconnected your harness, I did on mine, go and put it all back together. Just slides into place. You'll have to pull up on this until you hear a click. Go and put this back into that stud, ground point there, and go ahead and plug this little fella back in. Make sure everything's good. Double check, make sure you got everything all nice and tight. I got mine tight. Just go and slowly drop the engine off the jack. Alright, I'm completely off of it now. So yes, it is going to move a little bit, but you've seen the before and after of the new part with the old part on how much of a gap there was onto it. So hopefully that will fix the vibration issue when idling. So hopefully this helps you out. Thanks.